Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your 2019 Forest River Flagstaff Classic 8529 IKBS fifth wheel. You guys have picked a cool unit here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a few things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you've got a slide, but you've also got a couple of awnings to think about leaving plenty of room for. On your off campsite, besides your slides, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your water old docking station is going to be up here toward the front of the unit, whereas your power cord is actually going to plug in all the way in the rear corner on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities. You got a 30-foot cord, gets you a nice long water hose. Once you arrive, we're going to unhook our hitch by coming up here and utilizing these landing leg control. And extend or retract them from here. You do have these strong arms. Bringing these up and down, make sure that these are to the left and loose. And then when you arrive and get them down the way you need to, turn them all the way to the right and get them locked in. Nice strong arms help set that nice and straight for you. So get your vehicle up out of the way. Go ahead and get that nice and level. I recommend getting a stick-on level. Find the center of your unit on the off-camp side. Put that on there. Have someone watch that while you bring these legs up and down. Again, once you got it level, tighten up your strong arms. Turn to the back of the unit. And we're going to bring down our auto leveling legs. Come over here on your campsite. Controls for that are right here. Extend them. As I do, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of those stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, and hot blacktop in the summer. Good investment. Get you a couple of them, put them down underneath these, and run these down just until they're taut. If they feel like they're going to start lifting the unit, stop. Remember, our unit's already level. We just want to go ahead and stabilize it. Lock in your strong arms. Got your unit level, stable. Let's go ahead and hook up our power and water. Again, like I said, big long 30 amp or 50 amp cord. Plugs in here in the back of the unit. The way these Furrions go on now, they kind of go in at 11 o'clock and then turn them to the right. Put your gray locking washer on there. Now, if you should arrive at a campsite with a 30 amp, in your convenience pack with it be this 50 to 30 amp dog bone, they call it. And then if you want to plug into a 110 at home or anywhere else, 30 to 15 amp reducer, go on the end of that. Get your power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. Again, your docking station is up here in your driver's side of your tow vehicle, off camp side, in this front storage area. They made it real simple. All your diagrams are written there, and then all your knobs that you'll turn are here. This is a quick connect hose. I'm gonna go ahead and quick disconnect that. Hard to do one-handed here. Pull it toward me. Now we can see our panel a little better. So at campsites, we are going to hook up to city water. We start by turning our white to the right, red and green up, blue down, black to the right, city inlet to fixtures. Put your hose up here. Before you hook it up, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so always use this when putting water in your unit. Hook that up, make sure your diagram's set right. One more step before turning on that hose. Let's find your hot water heater. Yours is located just to the right of your entry doorway. Now what we're doing at this point, folks, is make sure our drain plug's right in there. Get a little plumber's tape, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Plumber's tape around that rod, get that in there nice and snug. Then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a little while, for level and stable, I need you to go inside and deploy your slides and turn on all of your water taps. Get a nice steady flow of water going through those. Get all the air out of the lines. Shut them off. Come outside here, lift up on this pressure release valve, and that'll tell you if you got some hot water in here. If that's full, then you can go ahead and turn that on from indoors. Now, if for some reason your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, come out here to see if either one of these are bubbled up. They're just a reset. Press them back in. You have an on-off element out here. You will leave that to off. The only time you'll ever want to turn that on is if you're hooked up to 110. Then turn that on, but make sure you turn that back off when unhooking from 110. Now let's say we're gonna go camping and we're gonna go dry camping. In that case, we're gonna start with a two-step process. Start with power tank fill. White to the right, red and black away from each other, red up, green to the right. Now we're going to come around to our off camp side, excuse me, our camping side. Grab the hose and fill our tank here. There's two ways to tell when this is full. One is the overflow valve right there, or two on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Have someone keep an eye on that. Don't leave this unattended while you're doing it. Once it's full, remove that hose. Put that cap back on there. Now we're going to go from filling the tank to switching it to dry camping. When we get to the campsite, hook that to dry camping. White to the right, blue and black down, red and green up. Now whenever we want to utilize that water from the fresh water pump, we'll turn on this water pump up here. It's also a spot indoors you can turn it on. Just wherever you turn it on, turn it off at the same spot. Alright, we go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Starting here in the docking station again, we do get this spray port up here with a hot and cold shower. Satellite and cable can plug in there. Again, your water pump. All of your settings for dry camping, power tank fill, city camping. Here's where you'll set it to winterize, bypassing your water pump. Or bypassing your water heater and utilizing your water pump. And here's where you sanitize. That's where it'll siphon soapy water into your tanks via the pump. Set this accordingly. City water connection, black tank flush. Your big pass-through storage here. Got a flue for your furnace. Two things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked, and two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. Night docking light, reflectors, the low point drains, and where we will dump our wastewater and sewage with that hose. Other extra great tank there. On your slide, this is a vent for your microwave. Got a couple of access panels to your fridge. We've got our freshwater drain, our stabilizing jacks. There's a manual override. You got a hand crank you can slide on there to bring them down. Again, our power. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there and check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk a couple times a year. You're prepped for a backup camera on this unit as well. Device you purchase, part sets on your dash, the other part hooks onto there. Gonna come around the corner here, our stabilizing jacks, our freshwater connection. You do have a quick connect LP here. Our awning for our slide. You're prepped for a TV out here. You slide a TV on here. cable and 110 for those, some storage, and a couple outdoor speakers with a porch light. Continuing down this side here, you got another porch light, again your hot water heater, big storage area, a couple of hand cranks, get your spare tire down, as well as bring your slides in and out should you lose power. You'll see a hole in the side of the slide, that's where you insert that at. Propane up here, lefty loosey to open. Up front here, another docking light. Your batteries, check your battery posts every now and then, make sure those haven't wiggled loose. Your battery disconnect, this would disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Landing control and our docking light up front. You can plug in a solar panel here and that'll trickle charge your batteries. Lastly, our propane on this side, regulator back there, and that about covers everything on the outside. Let's take a look on the inside. Alright, coming up beside the unit, first thing I always like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Coming to my right, coming up the steps here, it's our access panel to our breaker box and fuses. Got a ton of 15s in there, a couple 30s, a 20. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Up above that's going to be a light for your hallway and accent for your ceiling there. Up above that's our control panel. There's our panel power all the way over to the left. Hold it in to shut everything off. Hold it back in to turn everything back on. Entry light. Everything's going to light up as I hit these. Entry light, porch lights, awning light. In between that is where you'll turn on your hot water heater hooked to electric. Come down here, turn on your hot water heater hooked to gas. It does make a difference, so choose correctly. Here's where you turn on your water pump. This tank heater, that is where you'll turn on little 12-volt pads that are on your tanks to keep them from freezing in inclement weather. A step light. Aisle light. Here's our slide controls. We'll utilize those when bringing our unit back closed. On our awnings, just want to show you, you only want to run them awnings out. Hit extend on the first one until you can see your silver bar and your white flappers fall down. If I held my hand on that while it's that far, that will continue to run itself out and start running itself up backwards. So be careful when you run it out. Make sure you only run it out as far as you need to. Okay, that running in real quick. And then our other one, only to extend. That'll come off your slide here. And I'll run that one back in. Same thing, only run it out until your flat falls down. That's everything on your control panel. Up top here is where you'll see your battery. The fresh and black tanks and gray tanks are all full of water right now. They're just doing tests on them, but when they're all lit up, that's when they're full. Beside that is going to be our thermostat. We're in zone 1. Let's go ahead and turn on the air. Give that a second here, that'll crank up. There's your thermostat, or your air conditioner. Go back to system. You can change it to gas heat. Back to cool. Or all the way down to off. And everything will shut off now. Above that, Wi-Fi Ranger. So you can pick up better Wi-Fi at the back of the station, back of a campsite. Here's your info on that. This is going to turn on your fan over there with light. You can shut the light off and leave the fan out with that cord over there. Lastly, in the hallway here is going to be our 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volts, always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping, boondocking somewhere, and you're going to be gone for the entire day, you don't want to run it. Want this to run your battery down, use your battery disconnect. Slam locks work best when gently slammed. Coming in here, we've got some 110s, tons of lighting for kitchen and the whole area here. A little charging station, max air vent with a hand controller. Must be down here. Oh, there it is. Just turn that on. Oops, I just shut it off. Turn it on. It's going to open and turn on, which will then allow you to change the speeds, direction, in or out. You can do all that from your controller. Hit off and it closes and shuts off the fan. Self-explanatory microwave. Is that working? Light and fan. Your glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. Just fold that up here. On here you will turn this to light, which are all on the left. Hit your spark. Show you all those working. On your oven, you will have to turn this, press that in and light your pilot light under there. Sorry. Put the glass top down for travel. Your Dometic fridge. Pay attention here. Your controls are inside here. So turn that off. Turn it on. You can turn it. See where it says auto? Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas. If I press and raise that button, now it's just gas. Or go back to auto. And then you change your temperature 1 through 5. 5 being the coldest. On the last part. Coming in here, turn around to your kitchenette area. Island, you've got a couple of nice tops. Fit on here, we'll put it on correctly. A little plumbing to maintain. Keep an eye on your plumbing. You are bouncing a house down the road. Keep an eye on things, make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Do have a 110 and a heat register off that. Here real quickly how to set up your sofa into a bed. You have a couple of Velcro cushions on the back. Remove those. Stay in the center, gives you good leverage. Fold these out, lift them towards you. Fold the back down, and just that quickly, you've got a bed. Now the most important part is make sure you lift up the back first. Otherwise you'll damage your sofa. Back up. Stand in the middle again. Fold these in, and then fold them down. Put your cushions on the back. Your emergency escape window is here. There's where you rip out your screen. There's where you push the window out. Got the sofa how it should be for travel. Got a snap here. Open up to swivel these back out. And they're both swivel recliners. Long way from the wall. These are actually lazy boy recliners. So again, turn one, have it toward the center here. Back this one in toward the center. You got straps, strap them in for travel. Other than that, entertainment center. Lift up to open this up. I want to show you over here where your cable goes in. When you arrive at the campsites, make sure that green light is on where your cable goes in. That is your antenna. It'll allow you to pick up more digital channels. We'll lock that in for travel. Have your remote here, we'll turn that on.
We're like laughing hysterically and he's going.
That off. Down below that, your sound system. Remote for that up here as well. I'll get one for your fireplace next. Let's go into our preset stations.
We'll have you learning another language in as little as
here's our modes, FMs, auxiliary, a couple of HDMIs.
We see a different
FM, there's a Bluetooth as well. There's your Bluetooth. Nice sound system. 3 zones on your speakers. Let's get back to FM.
Which teacher?
Shut them off indoors, up front, and then outdoors. Or all 3.
shown that using Babel for 50.
Touch it once to mute it, hold it in to shut it off. Fireplace, hit the start. I go through and show you how make the light dimmer and brighter, but the biggest thing is the heat. Get it back to 5. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, crank that heat up to high. Instead of using your gas, if you're at a campsite, use their electricity, and it'll get it toasting here in no time. Coming into our bathroom, another max air vent air cycle. Remote control for that. Lighting. Shower door, you want to make sure you have this snapped closed for travel. 110 with GFCI reset. And then this door in between the bedroom and your bathroom, you want to make sure it's snapped open for travel. Keep that open. Coming into our bedroom, do have a little bit of storage underneath here. That's where your outside griddle is at. In your closet area, make sure you have these snapped for travel. They're also prepped for a washer and dryer. That locks in there. This is your TV antenna. Turn that to the right. Here's your back door for a TV in here as well. And that about covers everything on the inside. That's like, act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I do want to mention a couple things. This is prepped for an AC. AC sensor is here, so in the future if you ever decide you want to put an AC unit in here, that is an option. I like to start by going through the unit and shutting off my lights. See, these are going to be one touch. Turn on my control panel and start shutting off every light I can. Aisle light, awning light, step light. Okay, you have to hold these in a little bit. Now, I can see all the individual lights. I need to walk around and shut off. How to one-touch lighting. Lock in your sofas here. Make sure your TV's back in its proper area. Come back here to your control panel. Just turn on these 2 below there. That'll allow you to see all your slides. Start by slide room in. First one here is going to be your kitchen slide. Again, making sure your recliner's out of the way. Utilize every inch. Doors and drawers. Go through your unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Oops, slide in. So utilize every inch. Make sure everything's clear. Side 3 is going to be my bedroom. Again, doors and drawers, making sure everything's closed in there. Shut the panel power off. Shut off my 2 lights and exit the unit. Now, the biggest thing on these steps, you want to make sure your exterior doors all the way open. Otherwise, these will catch on them. Your feet are also adjustable by removing these cotter pins. Set this up inside. Before you leave the dump station, lock and deadbolt this door. Lift and turn your handle. If we're boondocking, I'm going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, come over underneath our power cord here, and open up our freshwater drain. Hook up our hitch and head on home. Come back here. Make sure you loosen your arms on your strong arms, and bring up your rear stabilizing jacks. Go up front, use your landing legs, hook up, and head on home. If you're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable. We're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. The dump's going to be right behind your tires, or right in front of your tires, excuse me, on your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Arrive, hook up. First thing you're going to pull is that black handle. That's going to be your sewage. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, leave that handle open. Go inside, check to make sure it is empty. If it is, grab the hose at the dump station, again emphasizing with that black valve open. Hook up the hose and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove your hose. Make sure all that washout you put in there has drained. Then close your black handle and pull the gray handle right next to it. Now there's going to be cleaner waters, your sinks, your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Lastly, come over here and pull your other gray tank. That's going to be your galley tank. Again, cleaning your sewage hose out for you. When that's all done, close your sewage hose. Come back here. And conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right there in your bumper. Again, we thank you so much for your purchase. I hope you guys enjoy this Flagstaff for many years to come. Happy camping.